Did you know that being unique is actually one of the key things in helping you to charge more for your artwork? I'm going to tell you why today on 5-Minute Mentoring. Have you ever wanted to have someone in your life who you could ask real questions about your art, your business, and even your walk with the Lord? Well, that's exactly what we do every Friday here on 5-Minute Mentoring, where I answer one question from one of my awesome podcast listeners in order to help you start really thriving as the artist you know God created you to be. Well, hey there, my friend. I'm really glad that you're with me today here on 5-Minute Mentoring. You know, one of the questions I get a lot is, Matt, how do I start charging more for my work? I seem to be around a lot of people that don't want to pay anything for my work. And I always tell people, listen, that's really not your issue. That's their issue. You're just in front of the wrong people all the time. But the question remains, how do you get in front of the right people? And then once you are, how do you really command the price that your work is worth? Well, I remember hearing years ago that, the price for anything, your time, your artwork, any business that you have is really based on two things: the service you provide and also the difficulty in replacing you, which really goes to the whole idea of uniqueness. That is, how unique are you in what you do? How difficult is it to find somebody that does what you do to replace you? What makes you special in the marketplace? And that really, over the years, as I've looked at my ability to increase my prices, I look at other artists that are able to increase their prices and really get top dollar and even more than top dollar, really top dollar for their work. It all comes down to uniqueness. One of the things also that I would add to uniqueness, and I think this really, it helps when you can combine this, is number one, not only unique artwork, but number two, really adding a depth of connection with your potential audience. The more people know, like, and trust you, the more they're willing to let price be one of the least important factors when determining if they're going to buy your work or not. And that really goes into what we call perceived value, or your unique selling proposition. Again, what is it that makes you so unique that the service that you're providing, the artwork that you're providing, the relationship that you're developing is so special to them that price really doesn't enter into it a whole lot? That's where selling art and being an artist becomes really smart and really fun to me, because otherwise you end up trying to play the Etsy game, play this game of trying to, put your art on as many things as possible, get the price down as low as possible in order to just make it up on volume. And I'm like, then you just feel like a production center. For me, I want to be making meaningful works of original art that are appreciated and purchased by people who love me, like what I do, are willing to invest in that relationship. And the more unique you are in the way that you provide service, the more unique you are in the way that you create art and market your art, the more unique you are in how you develop relationships with your clientele and potential clientele. All of that really helps to push pricing way, way down on the totem pole when it comes to, determining what factors are important in selling your art. So if you're struggling today with trying to get people to pay, for your art, actually what you're worth, I would encourage you, look at your uniqueness. Is what you're doing artistically unique? Is the way that you're interacting with your clients special? Are you doing things that set you apart from others? The more you do those things, the more you're going to be able to raise your prices over time, and your clients will be glad to pay it because they'll feel like they're getting something really special. And guess what? They are. You. All right. Hey, I love you very much. Of course, I love it when you subscribe and review the podcast. So please do that on whatever app you're listening to. And until next time, remember, you were created to thrive. Bye.